Okay, so I'm gonna start this video off with dating.
Get out the way, I've been feeling myself.
For a long time, as long as I can remember in my generation, men were taught and trained to take care of a family, take care of his woman, take care of his kids, meaning he should be financially stable and he should be able to buy things and provide home, transportation, anything and everything that his family needs. This has been happening and this has been going on for as long as I can remember. And I don't think people realize the stress that us as men that we go through to taking care of just a woman, even if we're single and we have no kids and we're taking care of women. Today's situation seems like women want to be taken care of like kids. They want to be taken care of like their children. They want you to buy their clothes. They want you to feed them. They want you to, provide them with their makeup, their hygiene. They want you to take care of them like children. And then at the same time, we as men want to have children. And it seems to me that these times and that mindset, it doesn't add up anymore. Women want to be taken care of like kids. They want to be children, but you can't tell them what to do. You can't give them instructions and then they actually take hold of the instructions and they receive it and then they comprehend it. They don't do that anymore, period. It's a long lost art. Okay, it used to be a beautiful art, but it's not an art anymore. It's done. It's a done rap. The modern type of women these days have taken hold of the concept of if you don't have anything, if you don't have money, if you can't provide for me, then he ain't shit. And I think it's like the opposite. I think if you have to provide all these things and you have to give her these things, that she ain't shit. She can't take care of herself. And two people, when they get to a certain age, let's say like 25 and older, you should be able to take care of yourself. You should be able to know what you want. You should be able to identify things that you want, things that you need, and be able to obtain them with help. And as men, we are not taught to take care of ourselves. We are not taught to relieve our own stress. We're not taught to identify through our depression. There's in every category and race, there's a high percentage of cause of death. Men are the highest rates of heart attack. Men are the highest rates of stress. Men are the highest rates of depression. Men are the highest rates of suicide. It's hands down, bottom line. And that's why we don't live as long as women, because basically it's a simple concept. Men take care of women, and women are being taken care of in such a way where they're kids. They're like children. We do everything for them. And it has gotten to a point where there is a generation that wants to call out equal. They're equal. They want to be equal. They have equal rights and equal this and equal pay. It has gotten out of hand. And I'm gonna tell you, it has gotten so out of hand what has fucked up the economy. You don't want to see it, you don't want to realize it, but it has. It has fucked up the economy. You know, this country, the system was not meant to hold all the weight of female and male income. It wasn't built like that. It didn't start off like that. So the system has been going on and on and on, trying to adjust and adjust and adjust. And if you notice that, you know, when women started kicking in, trying to ask for equal pay or equal rights, the economy has gotten worse. It has gotten worse to the point where things go up. You know, you can't, you know, back before I was born, shit, you know, things were going down. Like the more you had of a supply of something, you know, the cheaper it got. Now it's to the point where the less that you have of something, the more you have to pay of it. And the more that you have of a product, it still does not go down. It doesn't, it's not right, okay? It has not been right in a long, long time. You know, lesbianism have made the economy totally. And see, we don't think about the impact of the economical system when we're talking about gay. When you want to talk about a gay situation, it's like the economical situation has gotten to the point where it's gotten worse. You know, there's no family support systems. There's no family support programs that help families financially. You know, there are lesser and lesser programs for this. And let's not forget the fact that men have to go through child support situations for issues that the possibility of child is might not be their child. And the system that men sit behind, they don't care. Even though they have the judgment, even though they can make the judgment themselves and they can see that for themselves, they rather ride and sit on the system that's corrupt and that has no heart, no emotions, no nothing, has nothing. So that puts men in an emotional state. It puts them in a stressful state. It puts them in a depressed state. It puts them in a situation where if they even go look for a job, they apply for something and they see child support, that this man is paying child support, these people will lean back on that man. They will lean back on that man as if he's a disease, and they don't want to pay such and such to transfer or make the transition of child support on his check or on his pay. It's weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it makes no sense, literally. And men are being stressed out for that. I am a man that has went through so much, and I'm going to give you my quick scenario of how most of us men go through shit. And you can't listen to all these guys on these podcasts. You can't listen to all these guys on these damn videos, man. Most of these guys on these videos, they're attacking other guys. And that shit don't make any sense. You know, when a man attacks another man about their situation, you're killing yourself, basically. You're committing sabotage. You're sabotaging yourself, and you're committing a spiritual suicide for yourself. You're doing that. You're self-sabotaging yourself, because whether you know it or not, you put out bad news about another man, and you're a man expressing this shit. You're giving women the weapon against all men. You don't hear me. It said all men. Now, I don't go in on all men. I am more sympathetic. I think that most of us have issues, and it's because of a woman. It's because we want to satisfy a woman. It's because we want to provide for women. Times have changed. Women are making more money. Women are in a better financial situation where it puts men in a worse situation. Where now, instead of women being sympathetic and making the transition of, okay, man stays at home, woman works, the woman wants a man to have the same equal pay. But you can't have the same equal pay because in one company, 3 women want equal rights of pay. And those 3 women are now getting that amount of equal pay and more against one man. And the company has to hire women. But women want to have the same traditional settings in life. These settings have changed. They have asked for something equal, and now they want more, which kind of makes them kind of greedy. And then you still want a man to take care of you. You cannot see the fact that you are a woman and you are a nurturer. So if you see a situation in your household where the man don't have any job, okay, I get it. This is not for the men who don't want to work. This is not for the men with no goddamn ambition. This is not for the men who don't see a future, okay? Who sits, smoke weed, watch television, play games, all that bullshit that has no productivity in it. This is not for you. This is for the men that are actually, some of them that are struggling to get their ideas into fruition. This is for the men who have plans, but their financial stability situation is not in agreement at the moment, okay? You need a woman that is going to help you provide for that dream, for that idea, but you have to give something back. You have to be able to give something back and see it through. Okay, my situation, in most men's situation, I've heard guys on the internet and these podcasts talking about most women, have taught their sons how to act and all this bullshit. Most of y'all guys can't speak for us. You can only speak for yourself, and it's an overwhelming thing that's going on, like a trend that's going on when men are talking about most men, and then they talk down on them, and they can't speak for themselves. Like they can't stay in the realm of speaking for themselves. They can't stay in this dynamics of them. They own their own situation, so they're not going to speak on their situation. They're going to make their situation seem grander than some other man's, which is bullshit. Okay? I didn't have a good mother. Bottom line, I did not have a good mother. I feel like my situation, period, I feel like I had something stolen from me. I feel like that I wasn't taught the proper way to think, the proper way of seeing life. Like, there are some parents out there that miss this, and I'm not saying it's her fault, but it is something that I know she's seen. I know that she knew this, but she chose to ignore it and put the blame on me as a child, as if there's some such thing as bad children, which there's not. There is a total fabrication. That's bullshit. Children are not born evil. Children are not born bad. Children only see, and they do. They're like the perfect zoo monkey. What you see is what you do. Bottom line, there's no excuses. Okay? And with this being said, I didn't see how to use women. I didn't see how to use money. I was not taught even how to count money. I was not taught how to love a woman or how to take a woman and use her for her thinking, her knowledge, use her for her talent, combine it with mine. I wasn't taught to even look to see if the woman even had talent, or even had a mind, or even had a brain, or even had to think, or even how to help me. I was not taught that. All I saw and all I went through was pain, agony, confusion, and just being misplaced, constantly being misplaced. It was a misplaced situation damn near every day of my life as a youngster. Okay, from the time I was 5 to the time I was 10, I was moved around. It was moving around, and in the process of moving, it's gonna sound sentimental, but I was not giving hugs. I was not giving no kisses. I was not being taught how to handle life through the move. I was not being given instructions and being told, well, this is what we're doing and this is how we're going to do it, blah, blah, blah. I was not being told none of that. It was wake up in the morning, I'm in a different place. Go to sleep, wake up, I'm in another different place. Schools was not I wasn't being taught proper etiquette in school. I didn't even really know what the fuck school was about. It has been a weird ride, okay? And there has to be somebody to put the blame on, okay? And she is the blame. Just like every woman that knows, that you can change the world. You can change a man's life. You can change a child's life. Women know this. And that's what they're here for. They're here to change life. They're here to give you life, period. That's what they're here for. She didn't do that. She put me in situations where I was just blind, did not know what the hell to do. Okay? Give you a scenario. I had 3 fathers that I didn't understand this. I wasn't even aware of this until I got older. Okay? The first was my stepdad that I was introduced to, but I wasn't introduced to him. Okay? There was a guy who claimed that he was my father, and I was introduced to him, but he introduced himself to me. And then there was this other guy, this mystery guy who was in the background, who was supposedly to be my biological father, but he was just not there. Okay? Had one experience that I think I was looking at him, but I'm not quite sure. Because as a child, your mom, she takes control of your whole life. Mothers, women, they have the first 13 years of your life, and you can't do shit about it as a man. You take everything that they're giving you. I was whipped all the time, constantly, just whipped about anything and everything. And to me, that's not love. It wasn't love at all. That's not how you express love. And that's not how you express teaching a child. Anytime you put your hands on a child, you're trying to beat them in submission, and they don't know what the fuck they're submitting to. Okay, if you don't give instructions, and when I mean instructions, I mean basic instructions about your experiences, what you've been through, and then how did you solve it? And that a lot of times you don't need to touch your child in such a way. Just being confused in the whole life, in most of my life, being around her, with her, has given me so much clarity today on parenting. And it took a long time though. It took probably like 3 or 4, maybe 5, 6 kids. It took that many kids in order to see, in order to know how to be a parent. And it shouldn't have took that much, because I wasn't even taught how to take care of another person. I was barely taught how to take care of my damn self. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even taught how to take care of myself. And that was a weird experience, because I think I went through high school and elementary in a period where I went through the stinky stage. He's stinky. And was totally not aware. Or, the awkward dressing stage. And till I got to high school, when I started really overstanding and seeing other people. And there were some people, some guys that, friended me, started making this shit aware to me. And then I started taking effect of money, Even in coming out of elementary, I started thinking of money, how and where to get it. And I was not taught, period, nothing about money, okay? And not trying to look for any sympathy. This is not a sympathy situation. You have to know that there are mothers out here like that. There are mothers who did more damage to their children than gave them, strength, gave them life. And I'm gonna wrap this part up with, child support. If my mother had one man paying child support, and he wasn't even my dad. He claimed he didn't even know that I was not his son biologically, but he was paying child support. Baffled the hell out of me. Like, it made me even think more that women are evil. Some of these women out here are evil. There's women out here that's capable of evil thoughts and evil deeds, and you wouldn't even think it would be your own mother. I've had situations where I was told that I'm gonna make this man suffer, and that was my stepdad. She made that man suffer until he died of horrible agony of death. Like, he died alone. But, I was there in his last days. I was right there. I was right beside him. I didn't go to work for a whole week, and I laid right there beside him, and just thought through the whole process of what my mother was saying to me. She took me to the side and sat down and said, "Hey, are you on my side or you on his side?" And I didn't know what the fuck was really going on. You're asking me a question of choosing sides between a household. So this household is divided, and I'm not even aware of this. But you're making me make a choice. I didn't choose. I chose to stay neutral because I don't know what's going on. I was that smart. And I was a smart ass kid. As a kid, I was very smart. I was very talented. It was nothing that I couldn't do, nothing that my mind was set to. So if you had programmed me to do something, then I would be able to do it without a doubt. Just try and do it, and then became great at it because I was really persistent at being better at it. So it wasn't nothing per se that was wrong with me, God-given. But far as parental, it was a lot of shit wrong with me, okay? There was no parental real guidance. And when she sat down and explained this to me, at that moment, I knew that, women can be evil. They can plot against you and sleep right beside you. And I have not trusted a woman ever since. I have not trusted a woman ever since. and they say, you know, you got to compare women to your mother. That's how you are able to choose a woman. And I think the reason I kept going through, you know, situations with women is because, you know, I chose the lesser of evil. You know, the lesser of evil is, you know, if she says, hey, you look good, or you're nice, or you're a good guy, or this or that, she's giving me compliments, then I chose that, you know, compared to you ain't shit, you ain't gonna be shit, you don't know, it's gonna be too late, you don't understand, you know, all these, plus with the hitting and the whipping and shit and get out and all this screaming and yelling, all this shit compared to, you know, compliments. You know, I damn near fell for anything. I fell for any and every fucking thing. That if she wasn't my mother, I was patient with it, you know, and I didn't see this is the thing that, you know, my father or my stepdad and the other guy, this is what they were going through. You know, women, they will compliment you and still be fucked up. They will give you the nice female side version of them and still think deviously. They will think against you. They will act out against you. They will do things to you without you even knowing it at that moment until it's too fucking late. Okay? Until it's too late. Basically, women have changed is the point. Women have changed. And I have given you my scenario. And me today as a man, I am I've seen the light. I've been to the mountaintop. And I don't think there's a woman too tough out there. I think 95% of women out here are fucked up, you know, as far as, you know, looking for a man to want to provide for them. Y'all ain't no goddamn children. You women have greater minds than men. We are visual creatures. You are thinkers. You guys have bodies growing inside of you, and you have to think. And you write down shit, and you strategize shit, and you put shit in motion, and you give instructions to men, and we take them and we do as you wish. It's been like this forever. Period. It's been like this forever. Why do you think when a guy joins the NBA or the NFL or any type of sports entertainment, they get millions? What's the first thing they do? They want to buy their mothers' houses because they was instructed to. And in reality, in real life, the mother is really supposed to provide that for the son. It's supposed to be the opposite, you know. All that money that she has made and invested, or quote, you know, equal pay rights, all that shit goes down the drain when you get men that want to provide for their mothers, trying to outshow what other men are lacking, you know. And when I say lacking, I mean they wasn't taught, they wasn't given. Like if a woman, if you giving a woman child support, she's receiving child support. If she's not putting that money, I mean all of it, that money into a bank account or CDs or Roths, or investing that money where it triples and doubles for that child, and that child gets, you know, a percentage of it when that child turns a certain age, then that woman is not doing her job for that child, especially a male child. She is not doing her fucking job as a child. You just hear child support, and child support just goes to the woman, and the woman is being greedy. She takes the money, she do what the fuck ever. She gives the child probably 10% of it, and then that's it. You know, the child doesn't see anything in the future. It is hard fucking breaking. I'm like, what the fuck is really going on? You know. So I've babbled my piece, and I just want men, black men, man, please watch yourself out here. It's not white people that's killing us. It's not the system that's really killing us, man. Look at your mama. Look at the woman that you're with. If she's not helping you provide, if she's not helping you reach your goals, because everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. You can't do shit alone. You could say, oh, I did this on my own, but it took somebody. It took somebody to do something with you and for you. I just need you to watch out. I need you to watch these women, because these women are really, really, really evil, man. They are totally more evil than men. They will have men kill you. They will make you go off to war. They will make you commit suicide. Just off emotions, period. They play off emotions. And when they play off your emotions, they got you. When you scream back, talk back, if you say something to them, give them instructions, and they refuse the instructions, and they got you arguing, going back and forth, giving you reasons and explanations of why they should, they got you. It's no doubt, they got you. I have been around a woman who, let me keep it real. I have been around a woman who damn near died, who risked her freedom just for me, which gave me the experience that there are women out here. There are some women out here that are looking to make you successful. They're looking to make you better than what you are. They want to see you grow. And then you have majority of the women out here that don't want to see you grow. Why? Because they're asking for something. They're asking you for something. If they're asking you for something, then they're draining your ass. They're gonna drain you dry, and then once they get whatever they want, then they're gonna blame shit on you. And may stick around to keep blaming shit on you, to spiritually sabotage you. Okay? And that don't require no color. Okay? That's black, white, Mexican, Asian, it doesn't matter. If she's looking for something for you, and then she's asking for equal fucking rights, and she's one of those equal rights standing, independent type women, don't fuck with them, bruh. Do not fuck with these type of women, okay? If they're demanding you of something that they can't provide for themselves, don't touch it. Run. Get the fuck away. And then if they're hard-headed, if you trying to tell them something and they don't comprehend it, they say, I hear you, run. Just run. Okay? Do whatever in your best effort and your power to run. I'm going to leave you guys with that much. And I hope this helps somebody out there, some males out there. You guys just stay safe, be tight, do better.